it's Tuesday in Havana at the Havana Festival 24. We just had a long lunch at a restaurant called Saint Luis Rey Marquez. But if you haven't been here, it's fantastic. We'll put the address in below as you see it going along. So if you haven't been here, it's absolutely fantastic. So we had a long, slow lunch.
Yeah.
I'm here with
Few small
Alex,
disasters.
Alex Groom from Australia. Pleasure to have you here, Alex.
Pleasure to be here, AJ.
And we have Walid here as well from Dubai.
Citizen of the world.
Citizen of the world. Just a good cigar lover. Yeah, not in the business at all, and Alex is not in the business at all. And guys, if you don't know who Alex is, just quick recap. If you ever gone on to searching for cigars about Cuba, and limited edition, regional, hard to find cigars, you will always come across a Cuban website called Cuban Cigar Website. And it is fabulous, fantastic, super information, Alex, I must say.
If you haven't been to Cuban Cigar website, believe me, you're an occasional smoker. You're not an aficionado. I'm just saying.
Yes, and Alex obviously does it purely on passion as well. Purely on passion, which is great to know. So I know, Alex, you've had a lot of interviews with a lot of people this week, should I say?
Had a few.
Yeah. So you know what? We're going to cut to the chase. I'm not going to ask you the same questions as everybody else has done, because it's just like repeating yourself, and you get bored of it, which I know, I understand.
Yeah.
So today we're just going to talk about a cigar that we're going to enjoy whilst we've had this fabulous lunch. I mean.
Lunch into dinner.
Exactly. So what I did is I brought along an old Cuban regional cigar called Saint Luis Rey Marquez. I'll show you this as we're going along. The release was in December 2016, box code. So this is Saint Luis Rey Marquez box of 10, exclusive made for Cuba. And I asked earlier, Alex, had he smoked it? He said yes, but he can't remember when.
Yeah.
So it must be a while ago.
It would have been sometime around
when it first came out, hit the market.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And when was the last time you smoked the Marquez? You remember?
I do. I got the cigar, I think, from Justin. Quite a few, 3-4 years.
Okay. So it's been a while since I smoked it. So, I'm looking forward to going for a Cuban regional cigar because we're in Cuba, in Havana. And I'm sure a lot of people gifted you both cigars. Yeah. Have you smoked any Cuban regionals? Old Cuban regionals on your trip here so far?
On the trip so far?
Yeah.
No. I was given Lille, the new one.
Oh, the new one. Okay, which I haven't smoked yet.
I haven't smoked it yet either.
Okay.
We will smoke in a few days, right after the gala.
Yeah.
Yes.
Video to come.
Yeah.
Look forward to that.
Yeah.
But apart from that, that's the only one
On this trip?
on this trip.
On this trip, that's the only Cuban regional scene. Of course, I've
fantastic.
smoked that San Cristobal one a few years ago, a few others.
San Cristobal, there's the punch.
Yeah. Isla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another one that I have, but I didn't smoke it.
Yeah.
It's in my museum.
Yeah. Oh, it's good. So at least we've got something different today.
Yeah.
And you get a lot of vintage cigars given, or new cigars given, or limited editions given. Yeah. Well, can I say that we're going to smoke something different.
What's the number of the box? Don't mind me asking.
So there was 7,500 boxes made, and the number of these boxes is 7,392. So the latter
Yes.
of the production.
I think it's better.
But is it the latter of the production?
They have practice,
Because
they know what
don't
they're
forget,
doing.
They just make them and then
Yeah.
stick the labels on afterwards. All right. So
It's alright.
that's another subject that we can talk about another time.
Yeah.
I'll show you to you. Beautiful Vitola.
Saint Luis Rey.
Saint
It's
Luis.
an amazing cigar.
Oh, definitely.
Now it's only regional edition, yeah? They don't make it regular production.
They make Regios.
Yeah, right.
They make Regios. Yeah.
Short
54 ring gauge. 54 ring gauge. It doesn't tell you the Vitola.
You see, ladies and gentlemen, me being in the middle of those two people asking these kind of questions is like being a lifeguard in an Olympic swimming pool where Olympic swimmers are swimming. I feel useless. So,
But you know what? Even though we know a lot about cigars, we don't know.
It's a Genialis, 54 by
Genialis.
150.
what did you
Genialis.
check?
I know a website.
You know website. Is it the Cuban cigar website?
No, that's rubbish. That one.
Well, we're going to light this up and with our discussion about it, but we'll talk generally about what's happening in Havana so far and everything else. So I'm not going to quiz Alex on his website. A few odd subjects will come up, and then we'll just take it from there. Just enjoy it, right? So why don't you grab a cigar and come along and just join us whilst we enjoying this Marquez 2016. How's it draw? Good?
Yeah, very good.
You cut?
Did it with my finger like a
Like a typical
Cuban
like a
style.
true farmer. Yeah.
Cuban style, look at that. Huh? And he's done a pretty good job as well. That's the advantage of keeping your thumbnail slightly longer than the rest of your nails. Because you use your thumbnail as...
The draw is just
fabulous. Yeah. And the cold draw is pretty good as well. Yeah.
They don't get a Havana cigar.
Yes. They're only good for a couple of cuts. And then after that, it's gone. So Alex, you had a slightly relaxing day today, I hope?
Really sweet for a
5-hour lunch seems pretty relaxing to me.
Lunches, yes.
It's very hectic before that. I was shooting videos and running around, but it's been a pretty good afternoon.
Yeah.
Delicious food at this nice restaurant.
toasting
Good company, of course.
It's fun.
Toast. That is good. That is a good one. There's a little bit more humidity in it. A little bit more humidity.
I would say mine's
It's pretty fine.
yeah. What do you get from that?
Mine's got a slight bitterness.
No, I don't have any of that.
This is the other thing, Alex. Yeah, it's amazing how out of box of 10 we just opened up. If this was the same blend, how 3 different cigars can smell, taste different.
I mean, my drawer is slightly loose. I would say it's. Some people say it's a perfect drawer. I would say for Cuban standards, it's slightly loose.
Are you saying it's loose because of what we're getting so far?
Look, I like a bit of pressure.
Yes.
And, it doesn't
Same.
really. Yeah, it's a bit
Same.
loose.
I like a little tug.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like a little tug.
Yeah, there's not much tug in this one.
Yeah,
It's,
you
a little bit
little
loose.
draw it
It's
slowly.
not a total wind tunnel, but
Yeah.
it's yeah. But the flavor is very nice.
If you go slow on the retro hill,
Oh, the retro hair is super.
just very slow, very
And we do this cigar nights in London, and you'd be surprised on how many people that we have come in there that have smoked for like 25, 30 years. Never retro hair. Never retro hair. And I literally say to them, I'm sorry, but the way I classify cigar smokers, if you don't retro hair, you're just a basic cigar smoker. Yeah? If you want to come into the league of the higher league, yeah, or the master of cigars, or the understanding flavors, you need to retrohale. Because if you don't retrohale, you're not going to get the true beauty of your aged and vintage cigars. Yeah, I don't care what people say. So with our cigar nights, there's a lot of people that never used to do it, and now they're walking away saying, "Wow, I never done that before." You have, and now I understand another level of flavors. Have you always retrohaled from when you started smoking?
Yeah, well, I never smoked cigarettes. I smoked cigars before I smoked cigarettes, so I never learned to inhale.
Yes.
Yeah, so I guess so, yes. I
Yes. Yes. Because I've never smoked cigarettes either.
Yeah.
Have you? You have. You still do? Okay. Okay.
Cigarettes kill.
Yeah.
Boys and girls, cigars don't kill you, cigarettes will.
This is all about cigars, you know. And I always say, you know, I do ask people, and you know if they're a cigarette smoker when they're smoking a cigar, because they have a habit of taking some in.
It's very hard to get rid of.
And I always say to them, "You're a cigarette smoker, aren't you?" And they go, "Yeah, how do you know?" I said, "I just see how you take some down."
Yeah.
You know, and they're the people who find retrohaling easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you've never smoked a cigarette, I mean, I've smoked a cigarette behind the Bible, as said, behind the screens with friends, the odd one or two, but never apart from that. Never apart.
I did it briefly. I lived in Japan, and in Japan, cigarettes are so cheap. And it was just cheaper to smoke half a pack of cigarettes every night rather than drink, 3 more drinks. So that's why I did it.
Amazing.
But I quit the second I went back to Australia because the price had, quintupled, and it just wasn't worth it. I didn't like it the more. A year I lived there.
Okay. Okay. A little bit of Japanese. You speak Japanese?
Shoto, Japanese.
Hi, what's that?
Yeah. Oh, shikataganai.
My favorite. Mushi mushi.
So how did you find the festival so far?
Look, I mean, for me, this is my first festival, so the thrill is meeting the people.
Yes.
It's just, I mean, who cares about the events? It's just what Havana is during this week. It's the smallest town in the world.
Yes.
When we walked into this restaurant a few hours ago, I knew, I think, 5
Everybody,
of
yeah.
10 tables in this place.
Correct.
And that's fantastic.
Yeah, yeah. And Alex, not just you knew the 5 or 7, 8, 10 tables, they all knew you.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They all knew you. Right? Even if you don't know the individual people,
Yeah.
right? They all knew who you are now. Yeah. And, and I keep saying to you, with the website that you do, with the free information, you take your time, because this is not your job. It's not your job, this is your hobby.
Yeah.
It's your hobby that you love,
Yeah. No.
and you're giving that free information out there to the world.
Yeah.
To the world.
You should really make an app. Because based on the website, obviously.
Tobacco apps have a problem in the App Store. Actually.
Well, only if you say they're tobacco apps.
Yeah, this is Cuban cigar website app. Not tobacco related. Don't worry about it. It's a website app.
It's just it's a database.
Also, Cuban apps have a problem in the App Store.
Well,
I did mention something to Alex when he was in London. We were just talking while he was photo shooting in our vault.
Yeah.
They got big, hopefully carried away. There's more that you need to come back and carry on shooting.
Yeah.
I think on your next trip you need to dedicate a day to all us vendors that have, stash.
I could dedicate 5 days to each of you. I think there's so much there.
And that was only at number 6.
Yeah.
You haven't seen what we got at Teddington.
Look, the story I've been dining out all week is, I was in London. I asked all the retailers, if you have anything special, I'd like to photograph it. I went to Hunter's. I saw a Dinner of the Century box, I think 1 of 8. I went to Davidoff. I saw a Dinner of the Century box, 1 of 8.
Yeah.
I went to number 6. I saw another Dinner of the Century box. I mean,
so that's 3 of it.
3 of the rarest boxes in the world are in my hands in one day. It's just, it's
3 of
insane. Yeah.
Like London, now, it's quite tricky in London because you will find the rarest cigars in London. Okay,
Don't get much rarer than that.
There's a curve.
Yeah.
Okay? So the curve goes very expensive in London, very expensive in London, very expensive in London, break even in London, and then actually cheap in London.
Yeah.
Because if regular cigars compared to the rest of the world is expensive in London. But rare cigars are actually cheaper in London than anywhere else. So if you want to get a Grand Reserva, it's actually cheaper to buy it in the UK than buying it in Hong Kong or anywhere else. You know, there's a curve, and you need to hunt that curve. You know, where it breaks even and up.
Yeah.
It is what it is,
Yeah.
and you can only find it there.
Oh yeah, it's certainly
And then
obviously, you have a treasure trove. I'm sure I could spend a week in your Teddington warehouse. And, yeah, there's a lot of stuff there.
I tried to get locked in the store by mistake. Everybody was leaving. I pretended I was dead in the corner, but they found me and they took me out.
We are very. We keep our Teddington downstairs as our secret box. Our secret box. What we have. So there are some amazing things there, and some of the done good stuff that you saw. You know, there's way more that we have.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You know, slowly we will open it up. But like you said, you handle 3 of the rarest boxes in the world. Yeah, and I can add to that as well. You are the only one in the world who handled 3 boxes in one day, ever in the world. I own mine. Eddie and Edward from theirs, and Gemma from theirs. So we are 3 different people. I haven't seen theirs. They haven't. They have seen that, right? But for you to see all 3 of them, that's just amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're a very lucky guy. But you should.
Connections.
You should. And like, go back to what I was saying, Alex. You know, I did say something to you in London, which I don't mind saying it again. I don't mind putting it out there purely because it's only a discussion. Yeah, but it'd be good to see the feedback from our viewers, what they say. And I think you should do a subscription on what you do. Yeah, this is not a money making machine for you. You know, because what you've done over the years is all from your own money. You know, and this is not a cheap game. You know, it's not a cheap game. You have to go and search for all of these, or someone like me or other vendors or collectors will have to send you pictures, but they have to be perfect on what you want. Yeah, and the way you do in your book, the clarity of the pictures. If you zoom in, you can literally see the hairs or the grain of the cigars. Yeah, it's not a Photoshop.
You check if it's a big band or not.
Yeah, and you know, so that's the beauty of it. So all of this costs you money. Yeah, and for us to sit there and read all this information from you for free of charge, yeah, I'm sure there'll be, I would say, 70% of your followers will be willing to pay you a subscription, yeah, for you to go and buy these boxes, yeah, put it on your website for information, yeah. So be it. If you want to smoke cigars, that is for us to say thank you to you. Yeah. What do you think?
I agree. A lot of people will hate me for this, but I agree. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of. I'm trying to do an app of my own, and I know how much it costs. Right? It's a lot of work, a lot of money, and a subscription is only for maintenance fees.
Yes.
You know, the website, the database. Yeah. Because the database, he gets a monthly bill. And those images aren't small. You know, they're higher resolution images, etc. They're stored somewhere. If it's only to maintain the website, I think that's fair game.
Yeah. And not just maintaining. Yeah, he has to go take his time, on his free time, to go and search for these boxes, to get that information and make sure and verify and put it on the website.
And trust.
Yeah, not cheap to go visit London from Australia or Cuba, but I don't know.
Well, you living in Australia doesn't help. You should be a lot closer than that.
Yeah.
So my question is to you, and it's great if you just put it in the comments below. You know, what do you think? Do you think Alex should charge a subscription? Are you willing to pay for it? So it helps him to grow and helps to enjoy that information that you get. Yeah, read with it. That's what I would.
Yeah. I will say, I feel very privileged to be on the internet. I've never heard a negative word about Cuba Cigar website ever.
Correct.
If I started charging, there would definitely be some negative words. There would be some people like, how can you charge for this, blah, 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 blah. So there is that, I don't know.
Yeah, but you'll always get this.
Yeah.
But the way I see it is the people who say this,
Yeah.
they should understand. You're not sponsored.
We're not supporters, it's true.
They're not true supporters.
Yeah.
But you can only, okay, so paying money gives you the right to criticize. It's like paying tax.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
That said, they can only criticize if the information is incorrect. Okay, so if I pay a subscription and I go to check a certain cigar, this cigar, and Alex had wrong information, then I have the right to criticize him because I'm paying for the right information.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
As far as I can check, I've never seen anything wrong with it. So to me, that's fair game.
There you go. And for all these years as well.
If somebody's complaining about paying money to access the website, I think that you don't need that. That's the 30% that you can write off, in my opinion.
Last year was the first year I had income from the book on my tax return. So it was the first year that I declared all my expenses and it's a deduction. But yeah.
If you do it for next time, I don't know how it works in Australia, but in London, you can open a charity company and stick it all to that.
Yeah.
Because you are doing this as a charity.
Well, with the book, it's a business, so it's like a legitimate business expense. It's to have, I have to purchase boxes, no question.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know anything about the Cayman Islands. I don't know anything about all the trusts.
Yeah, if anyone's watching Taxman, I don't know if my accountant handles it all. I don't know. Look, it's something I've agonized with for 20 years. In that, I think information should be free. I don't think there should be any gateway where you have to pay $5 to know this. But also, I agree. It's a lot of effort. It's a lot of money. Probably the way I would do it is two ways. One is either like a premium subscription. So you get what you get for free. I mean, basically, anyone can have the whole website, except there's something extra that you get when you pay.
Like we're discussing last week, you can have all your basic standard production as free view. You can see everything. But then to go deeper, then you have that subscription to see your limited edition, your book collection, your humidors, your vintage cigars, and all that kind of stuff.
I'm gonna be a voice behind the camera because I am here. Or you could do all the cigars are visible for everyone to see, the images, and all they get to see for free is the ring gauge, the vitola, the factory name, that's it. If you want to read more about the cigar, you have to be a subscriber.
So there is at the moment, there's the pages that, the brand pages, and when you click through to a cigar, then you get more information, you get the weight, you get images of the packaging, that sort of stuff. So I could charge for that page, I guess, so I've thought about that. That was, that was initially only available for a year to people who bought my book because they got the sort of extra pictures.
Right, okay.
So that would be one way to do it.
It's like Laurent said to you, and obviously when he gave you the interview in Kuwait.
Kuwait, yeah.
And he showed you're going to add on anything new coming out, using an extra add-on.
Yeah, for the book.
Because it's like you charge a basic for your normal book, and then you can charge a couple of $100,000 for the add-ons.
Yeah, maybe.
So what made you make the book? You had the Cuban Cigar website, right?
Yeah.
Why make a book?
Did I make a book? Well, this is part of the reason. So that's the monetization. Is that I never made any money off it. I'm like, I'll do a book. It'll, something I can charge for before that's like a real thing. The other one was in 2016, my server disappeared for a minute, and I realized that the internet is very tenuous. Everyone thinks, it's on the internet, it's there forever, but it's not really true. Once it's on the internet and you stop paying the bills, it's gone in a day.
Are you saying that you stopped paying the bill?
No. The company stopped accepting the bill was the problem there. But I'm sure you knew personally Nick Wing.
Yes.
Yeah. So he had a pretty good website with his magazine.
Yes,
A
fantastic.
few months after he died, it just disappeared.
Yes.
His legacy is tragic that was those good magazines, and they just disappeared.
Yeah. Did his content disappear?
All of it's gone.
All the videos he made.
The YouTube videos are still there because it's YouTube, so it's hosted separately. But he had his website, nickwing.com or whatever it was.
Yes.
Had all the PDFs of his magazine. That's gone. And his even worse, that can be still, if you're really desperate, you can find it in like archive websites stuff. But his walking tour of London,
Yes.
that was behind. He had to pay for it, so there's no archive of it. It's totally
Behind
gone.
the paywall.
Yeah. So that, when that sort of, I had that brush with, Infinity, with that 2016 disaster, that made me realize I should do a book. If I, heaven forfend, to get hit by a cocoa taxi in Cuba, then the website's just gone, and there's so many people that really depend on it. So I wanted to make something, concrete that can never be destroyed. But I'll dig it out of the ashes in 1,000 years from now.
To have a hardback in your hand and you can flick with it, it's the best.
I love it. The quality is amazing. The imaging, it's just beautiful.
Yes.
And we have a habit like
even before us coming to Cuba, Rebecca took it out because we bought all the books at home. So once I got, took it out, she was, oh my god, I need 2 hands for
it's
this.
heavy. That's the one drawback. It is heavy.
Yes.
It is very heavy.
It's not a book that you can just carry out with you.
You can split it into 3 volumes, but if you want the whole thing, it's going to be heavy. You can't. There's no way to do it in less than 700
The
pages.
cigar is actual size. It's 1:1. So you can actually take a cigar and put it like this. Well, we use your website, by the way, whenever we have blind tasting. Just knows, on our phones we have that, and we just keep on comparing cigars to. Because the moment you take off the bands of a cigar, you lose a dimension.
Yes.
It's very hard to figure out how the length and the
Not just the dimension. The way I see it, the name on the cigar, when the band is on it, it can influence you on the cigar.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. If you take a band off and someone picks into you, oh, I don't like particle cigars.
Yeah.
I don't like Roman Juliet cigars. You take the band off and they don't know what they're smoking. They go to think. And this is what they're going to think about the cigar. And not the band, not the brand. Yeah, it's the cigar that you're smoking. And I always say to people, it's not color. It's the cigar. Smoke the cigar. Yeah, the band is only there for the names.
Yeah.
Yeah, branding and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, there's sort of a joke that's the greatest determiner of a cigar's flavor is the band, which
It's so true.
Yeah.
It's so true.
but I mean more so it's the environment you smoke it in. I've had fantastic cigars in like bad weather. It's just uncomfortable to be there. I'm running late. Something's wrong.
Yeah.
It's a bad cigar. Versus, you have a really cheap cigar with great company and a great time, and it's a really good cigar. But I think band obviously plays into that, in that you feel like this is a Siglo 6 Grand Reserve. You've saved it for a special occasion. It's going to be great.
Definitely.
Even probably beyond what's actually in the tobacco. If you had that blind, you might be like, well, that's part of the experience. Of course, it's part of it. Same with anything.
Definitely.
The mind is a
Plays the tricks. Plays the tricks on it, How's a cigar?
beautiful.
Delicious.
Good?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's beautiful, Mine ashes as well. It's holding really well.
I threw mine
It's
away.
not flaky.
It's
It's not flaky. Not flaky. And it's it's an aged cigar.
Yeah.
It's an aged cigar.
Very mellow. Retro hair, nothing on the retro hair.
It's super.
Yeah, there's no no kick to it at all.
It's aged beautifully. Must say. And sometimes we say, I don't really like smoking a 54 vintage. But when you smoke a flavor cigar like this, that's really good smell, you don't mind it. Yeah, obviously, I love your Corona sizes, petty Corona sizes, your Lonsdales,
Yeah, of course.
Lonceros, the classics. The classics. Which Habanos is bringing back slowly, if you notice. You know, we're in a lot of regional productions. They're going into the slender sizes. Like the UK regional, the 47, it's Churchill size.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Asia Pacific, the Sancho Panza.
Yeah, El Rey, yeah.
The El Rey, not the El Rey. The Sancho
new one.
Panza.
No, the Sancho Panza El Rey is that's the Lancer size.
Yes, but what do they call it? It's the Sancho Panza for the Asian market.
Yeah, El Rey.
It's called the El Rey?
Yeah.
I know it's the Sancho Panza. That was 50, right?
Well, I guess we can settle this on the cigar website.
Oh, you know, you
I'm
actually.
very sure. I spoke
We
about
can,
this
we
morning.
can let's question him, Alex. Come on. Yeah, it's a recent production. He's just put it up, so he knows.
Yeah.
Well, I know we need to move on because tonight, you know, we have a couple of events to go to.
I think I have 4, but yeah.
Yeah.
I have 2.
So we do need to make a move from here. But Alex and Walid, Rebecca behind the camera, you know, we've had a long, slow lunch.
Yeah.
But it's a great way to finish off the cigar. Beautiful cigar. You can finish it off for about. You can see, you can hear probably all the motorbikes and the click there, all the noise on the background.
Yeah.
Music.
Yeah, the music. Well, it's all part of the ambience as well, isn't it? It's cool, huh? It's all part of the ambience. Well, Alex, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, AJ. Such a pleasure to be with you here in Cuba. Where else?
Meet you, yeah, especially in
See the
Cuba.
great Ajay Patel in Cuba. It's just it's perfect.
Walid,
Senor, la pleasure.
Oh, my
again,
Pleasure.
pleasure.
We're gonna do the last day, okay?
We will do the
We're gonna
last day.
recap.
Yeah.
We're gonna smoke a good cigar, maybe another region, who knows?
Okay.
And then we're gonna have a very tough review of that cigar. Because normally what we do is we always review the fresh cigars and then we have a promise that the sign box that we sign is gonna be smoked a few years later.
Perfect.
And then we're gonna compare it.
Yes. Yeah.
You have the sign box from the bullet.
Yes. Yes, I have the sign box. What about new gold medal that we did last year?
So we
Yeah.
we smoked one, we signed one, and we're gonna smoke that signed one in a few years.
To see how it's changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is great. Well, excellent. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Wally.
Yes.
You,
I hope we're going to record that session.
of course.
Absolutely.
Look forward to that, viewers. But yeah, it sounds good.
And until then,
Until our next video, hasta luego.